All right, have fun. You're gonna knock this around.
We
Okay,
love you, Ryan,
Love you too.
and we're very, very proud of you.
okay, I'm gonna go ahead and mute all so we get some clear line. Got everybody muted, including myself. Good morning, everyone. It is August 24th, and this is our Live Younger business training. And today we're going to talk about some of the specific steps to a 90-day blueprint of rank advancement and building your business to the next level. Today, though, we are going to tighten it up and we're going to focus on the next 3 weeks. And what do those revenue generating activities look like? How do you get there? And Liz is really fabulous at this. Liz, in a former company with Gregory, had been in charge of all of the top level distributors in helping them make those final runs, those final push to the next rank. She knows intimately how to build out and how to plan the path to get there, and has developed a beautiful 90-day blueprint. So I'm going to have Liz start it off. She's going to share her blueprint, and then I'll jump in with some of the things I've used in order to build up to SPD.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome. And I need to see if I can find which screen has my PowerPoint up, not PowerPoint, but the slide. Where did it go? I had it all up, and when I went to show on Facebook, it then changed it on me.
Of course,
there we go. I found it. So we are going to be talking about documents that are already in the back office. And let me close this out and reshare the screen again. And there we go.
And Liz, let me clarify, they're not in your Lifeway back office. They are in liveyoungersuccess.com, which is
Correct.
our training site for the Live Younger team for all things business and important. Liz has got them pulled up, but where she went is she went into liveyoungersuccess.com. She went over into library, like she's showing you. She scrolled down to resources and documents. Resources and documents, when you can't find something, that's probably where it is. just kind of a little note. And when she gets,
there's also a search button mechanism right here, Connie, too.
Oh, Liz, that would make it just way too smart and easy. I don't think I've ever used it. Thank you.
Well, believe it or not, even though I maintain all of this, I have to do a search sometime and go, okay, where did I put that?
That's brilliant. Thank you for that piece. And then she's going to go today into business trainings, and I'll let her pull up from there for you.
Okay, so as you can see, each section, if you click on it up at the top, navigation takes you right to that section. And then in the business training, there's a lot in here already. And so what we're going to be talking about are the where is it?
One more down. One more down.
One more down. Okay.
Yep. We'll hit the forms of the rank advancement form, next line down, right in the middle. That's
there
where
it is. Okay, I had that. I've got it up here already, but here is the rank advancement tracking form that we're going to be talking about. And then also the other things that we're going to be talking about are these documents down here, okay, on the whole next row. So let's first talk about the 90-day blueprint or 60-day blueprint or 15-day blueprint. Whatever it is that you need to be focusing in on is what we're going to be talking about. Now, currently, there is a rank up promotion that is going on. And Connie, I'm going to turn that over to you to talk about, because you've got some insight based on what you found yesterday.
Okay, so we had talked about on our director's call that the date set is September 15th by corporate. In order for you to be recognized live at convention and walk the stage, you need to get to the rank you want to achieve by September 15th. Now, I'm sure all of you have noticed that it sits on a Thursday, I think. And so that doesn't make a lot of sense since we do business till Sunday evening. However, we asked corporate if that was in fact the right end date. And we were told, Garrett said, I believe it's going to be through Sunday, but he did not give us a for sure. We asked for a for sure, and we're still waiting on that response. So the way I would be running my rank advancement would be September 15th. And if you get a few extra days, bonus, but let's just make that the date that we're going to hit whatever rank it is you're looking for, because we don't have a clarification on that quite yet.
Right. And so that's what, 3 weeks away?
3 weeks away.
Okay, so my suggestion would be to set your 3-week blueprint. If that's your target goal, is to be able to achieve a new rank by that time frame. So let's talk about what that would look like here a little bit. So the first thing you need to do is have a specific goal, and it needs to be measurable, and it needs to be time focused. And in this particular case, time focused is the key because of the fact we've got this deadline coming up. And so making it measurable, you want to put in a great effort and say that instead of, like here it says, I want to earn $500 per week and a quantifiable time and date and income. I want to what? I want to be a manager. I want to be a director. I want to be a presidential, whatever your goal achievement is, that's what you want to start with. You know, the saying is begin with the end in mind. If you're going to take a road trip from New York all the way to California to Los Angeles, you know, we used to pull out maps and be able to then plot out how we're going. Well, nowadays we can use our phones and our GPS to get us there. However, you still need to plan for things along the way. You need to know where you're going to stop, how long you're going to drive each day, you know, and where you're going to stay overnight. Because if you don't have a plan, it's not going to take you 4 to 5 days. It's going to take you weeks to get there because you're going to get lost along the way. Having the game plan and the blueprint laid out of what your objective is and your course correction as you're going will help you get and achieve your goal. Connie, did you want to say anything on that?
No, I think we should probably just jump in and get started.
Okay, great. So
let's go
one
to
of the things that will
go to
be
the rank
help.
advancement first, Liz. The rank
Okay.
advancement form first. Would that be
Okay, yep.
Okay.
Sure. So in your back office, not back in the I'm so used to saying back office, sorry folks. In the Live Younger Success, you want to click on this form right here, okay? And that's going to bring this up. You can then download this form and or you can print it off, whichever you choose to do, okay? And this is what your achievement target is. So you're going to want to fill this out, and then you're going to want to start filling in the blanks. To achieve this, to be a manager, you need to have 2 silvers on your left team and 2 silvers on your right team. And so what do you currently have? And that's going to show you what holes are left that you need to focus in on to achieve it. If you want to be a director, same thing. Now you need to have 3 silvers on your left and 3 silvers on your right. Okay. As well as you need to have a personally sponsored manager on your left team and on your right team. So you're gonna need at least 110 PV to accomplish these. So once you hit the manager level, you're elevating your own requirement of 110 PV and having purchased a gold pack or above. And Connie, do you want to talk about upgrading?
Well, yeah, and I want to talk a little bit about the details of this as well. First of all, you're going in, when you go into your back office and you look at what you need next for your rank, if you have not purchased at least a gold kit, that will be something that you need to do just the one time, just upgrade maybe from silver up to silver to gold. You're going to get an extra sleeve of patches for free. And you do, to be paid as a manager weekly, you do need to maintain the 110 personal volume. Now, personal volume can be, you get that from customers as well as anything you purchase. So that's just kind of the basics for what you need. Once you go there with the silvers, let's talk about silvers and builders. So when it says active, that means that they have purchased something or have customer volume that exceeds 55 personal volume in the last 31 days. And you can see their active status under organization in your personally enrolled team. You'll see now that report at the beginning of the week is not always current. You can always click on their little thing and see when they last ordered, and that'll tell you if they're active. And get with your upline, they can help show you how to do that report and how to monitor things. But this is exactly what I did when I made the run for senior presidential director. I had to be very honest about what I had in my organization. And so this is your honesty tab right here. This is Let's Get Real. Who do I have for manager? It's a little more simple because it's just a silver kit and then they're active purchasing one of anything each month. That's a $299 order. And so one of the things in our current compensation plan is customers do not count for rank advancement. So yesterday I spent some time with a couple different distributors looking at their downline because they really were customer builders. And that's okay, that's great. But they had made the decision that they wanted to get more involved in the business. They wanted to get some builders and they wanted to achieve rank. And so the rank of manager opens up the entire compensation plan. And so that is a key piece. The goal, if nothing else, when wanting to do this as a business is to get to manager, because that's going to open up your pay and allow for more pay in the binary cycling and get matching bonuses on your builders. So it's a really key position. It also is the foundation of every other level that you're going to go to. So your managers are critical. You become a manager and then you become a manager maker. So with that being said, with these customers, we looked at it and we said, okay, are there any of these customers who really wouldn't mind if they were a brand partner just ordering it wholesale? Are there any of them that are leaning forward and they've kind of been curious, or maybe they've referred a few people to you? Those are the people to go back to and try to see if maybe they want to become a brand partner. When you're looking at that, one of the benefits to them is going to be they are not required to be on auto ship. We encourage it, but it's not a requirement. So getting them there in a $299 order, if they go silver or above with a kit, it waives the $25 starter fee. So it's really a great place to start. Many times I will start somebody based on what they need, and I let them know, this $299 is not every month. This is your opening order. And if it's a couple, maybe that $299 pack could be 2 X39s and 2 Eons. It's a fabulous way for start people that allow people to get a result quicker. It brings the inflammation down. The stem cells get in and do their work. And many times they get out of the, kind of launching a better result. And then if their budget says they can only afford the X39 every month, their auto shipper, their next order can be dropped down until they're ready to go manager, at which time they need to go gold. So for you, if they're not going to build, they never need to be higher than a silver pack. and they will stay an active silver for you as long as they're ordering. So keep in mind those people. The other piece is to look at all the builders you already currently have and have a conversation. Hey, you know what? I'm going to take my business to the next level. I see you've put in a couple of people. Are you interested in me supporting you and us walking hand in hand in the next 3 weeks to get you to the next rank? If they tell you no, that's okay. Go get your next, right? If they say yes, but the daily method of operation that Liz is going to talk about in a minute is not happening. All you're getting is lip service. They're not your person, and you have to temporarily let them go. You're there for them. You love them. They come to all the team calls. But while you're focusing on this goal, you have to work with and give attention to the people that have shook your hand and committed to working with you, and you support those people. They get your time and energy during this period of time, and the others can come to all the team things, and you'll get their time, and you'll give them time and energy when they have time. We only have so many hours in a day, and we have to, if we're going to reach our goal, make sure we're working with the willing and working with the ones that are really going to do things. So that's your manager piece, some ideas on how to get silvers, and we'll take some Q&A at the end. Next one, director. You're running for director. You need to get a couple more silvers. You're always building silvers, left, right, left, right. Silver in this current compensation plan is the key pack. Okay, this is the key thing to purchase and build with on your left and your right. When it says an active manager on each side, again, that's a key foundation to the plan, and it is necessary to have builders on each side eventually. Robin will say you need 3 builders on each side. That's your goal. But ultimately, 2 really good builders can take you all the way to the top. Now, with a manager, it's good to know that your manager can be one of your silvers. You don't need 3 silvers and a manager on the left. You need 2 silvers and a manager. Your manager can be one of your silvers. So that's a way to look at it as well. Liz, is there anything that I've missed on that?
No, I think you covered that. Do you want to briefly mention senior director?
Absolutely. Senior director, because some of you are running for senior director, executive director, presidential, and SPD. And so maintaining, the reason you're always putting those silvers in is the structure of your business. When you are building a business, we love our customers. And anybody who says, I only want to be a customer, we know our team honors that. But in order to advance in this compensation plan and have stability in your business, you must have the above manager director status, and you must create some directors, solid directors. In the beginning, sometimes you'll get a director and then maybe a silver falls out somewhere. And so then it's important to get, ultimately, for your really solid structure, more than 2 directors. You want to have a spare and more. Robin and Gregory never fall out because they always have enough directors, right? So really getting stability is the foundation. Once you have got 2 directors and the managers in place on each side, senior director and above is nothing more than volume. And that volume can come from anywhere in your sponsorship downline. Okay, so it could be that you sponsored Betty, who sponsored Tom, Hal, Frank, and George goes for it, and George goes up to presidential. If you have structure in your business, that manager on each side and 2 directors, which can be on the same side, that person way down under you, George, he can take you right up to presidential. All right. So that's the important of understanding that the foundation currently in the comp plan we have requires you to have structure. So I have 2 new builders, and as I work with them, I know that it's so important for me to get them structure, because I want to open up the entire compensation plan to them at manager. That's the first step, is get that compensation plan open for them. In order to do that, they have to put in silvers. So I am training them to build their structure that if someone doesn't really care if they're going to be a brand partner or a customer, and they absolutely want to have wholesale pricing, or maybe they want wholesale pricing and no auto ship commitment, I have them put them in as a silver. Again, a silver kit is just $2.99. It's a great benefit. It gets them start with some of the patches. Then their auto ship order the next month is just one of anything. And that will keep them active until they go manager. So build with those silvers, get that structure in. Once they have some structure, the customers are going to come. They're just going to automatically fill in the spaces. And the only caveat I would say to that would be, if you have someone that financially is very, very strapped and they are struggling to maintain their own order each month, then it is critical to get them to customers, because that will get them some money running in, and it will also count as their personal volume. So there are caveats, but today we're talking about 3-week run, needing that structure. What do I do with my new people so that they get structure to their business to support them getting the compensation plan fully opened up to them?
Well, great, Connie. Let's move on to another aspect of this, and that is putting together your daily calendar. What are you going to do on your day-to-day activities? I don't know if I can make this a little bit bigger so that you can read this. Okay, so we've got Monday through Saturday. And what is your goal for the following? Maybe it's social media posts, new contacts, chats, calls. We'll come back to that in a minute with and 3-way calls, personal promotions on Facebook, or being that you've got a short timeline here, trying to find new people via Facebook or other social media venues might not be your best option. But and then events are the power of the patch webinars. How many people are you going to get on those? That's available for you to get people enrolled so that they can watch 3 times a day. Is it 3 or 2? I've forgotten now. Anyway,
it's 6 times a day, 7 days
6 times. Okay. All right. Whoa.
Can't quite miss it.
Yeah, there you go. And so make use of that. Get people on that, because you've got Connie doing the presentations, you've got Janet Kiefer doing the presentations, and you've got Gregory. So one of those days, one of those 3 people will be doing that Power of the Patch webinar and working for you. Make the tools work for you to help you gain your goal. With regard to 3-way calls, have more than one person lined up that you can use to call and say, can I do a 3-way call with you? You're going to want to schedule with that person, because if you just have one person and they're not available, well, guess what? You're up a creek without any paddles at that point for that particular person that you're wanting to do a 3-way with. So having several different people to be able to say, I'm on a run for XYZ rank, and are you available to help do 3-ways? And if you are, is there any time that won't work for you? And then schedule them in on the times that will. They are going to be your biggest help in getting your person in, because you've got third-party credibility. You transfer the credibility from yourself to the other person, and they then become the expert. And so that will help you tremendously. So get your team lined up, whether it's upline, up team, whatever you want to call it, side team, down team, whatever. You want to have your running partners that are there that you can reach out to. New customers, I would probably put that on pause right now while you're trying to make this run. If you stumble across somebody, that's great, but realize that onboarding a new customer is going to take up your valuable time. And you've only got so many hours that in the day that, as Connie stated. So at the end, you've got your achieve. So how many calls are you going to make a day? How many 3-ways are you going to do a day? How many people are you going to get to events? Power of the Patch webinars, the the Tuesday night testimonials and health practitioner. You've got what? If we've got 3 weeks left, you probably got at least 2 Tuesday evenings that you can get people loaded up onto those calls. So, Connie, anything from you?
Yep. This is absolutely it. If you do not plug in the daily activity and you do not really get intentional with what you're going to do, in corporate, they'll call them KPIs, key performance indicators. These are your numbers. These are your enrollments. These are your reach out and contacts. These are your follow-ups. These are the business and revenue generating activities. And you can love every single person on your team, but if you have someone who's not quite ready to go, that is okay. We love everybody where they're at, but for this short period of time, you may not have the time to chat with them just to chit chat. You have to keep focused on where you're going. I want to answer a question in the chat really quick. Terry had asked, if someone buys a gold, they don't need to buy every month for now. How long is that? Are they considered active? They are only considered active for 31 days. Every kit or an upgrade to a kit and every purchase is only only keeps you qualified for 31 days. The caveat to that is your diamond kit. Your diamond kit keeps you active for 14 weeks and it upranks you in pay to senior presidential director, which means if you sell diamond kits yourself, you get the full $500 bonus. So many times I'll talk with my people and they'll have, maybe they're sitting at gold or platinum, and all of a sudden they have, hey, I have someone who's really ready to run, or I have a practitioner and they want a lot of products, so they're going to order a diamond kit. Well, you might look and see that maybe if all they need is a $500 upgrade from platinum or $1,000 from gold, maybe it's time for them to upgrade by Sunday night of that week so that they get that full $500 bonus and it doesn't end up upline if you're not senior director or above. So I just wanted to answer that call. I also wanted to acknowledge I really used to struggle with goals, and I struggled with setting that intention, and I struggled with committing to a time. Being a very A to B red personality, I felt very tied into it. Like I didn't want to fail. Failure was not an option for me. And so I would just not set them because I didn't want to fail. Right? I didn't want to say I'm going to achieve this by this date and then not make it. And I really made a shift in that as working with Robin and Gregory and really getting and understanding more of this business. And I made a shift to not only setting the absolute intention, because things will happen. Things will pop up out of nowhere when you get really clear with your intention and you set that date. When I set the date, last year in December to make a run during December for SPD. They had that rank up bonus. I was going to do it. There were a lot of my team, and rightfully so, that did not want to do it at the time. Family was their focus at that point, and that was absolutely okay with me. I looked at who did, and I just looked at what I had, and I put that intention, and that's where I worked. Now, I did not hit it by the time of the bonus. I didn't hit it at the end of December, but I hit it at the end of the next month. So everything you do now, if you don't make that date to get recognized at convention, what the work is you're doing and keeping this up, you're going to hit it by convention, right? Or you're going to get a lot of people going to convention with you because of your activity. And now you're going to hit it right after convention. I think I watched myself, I hit presidential right after coming out of a convention. I watched Janet Kiefer hit presidential coming right out of a convention. Everything you do now will spiral and work into what is going to happen for you in the future. So I just want you to share that with you because I used to struggle with this piece of the business.
Well, that's powerful information there, Connie. And the last piece that I want to bring to your attention is a page of getting started guide, which is your list. And you're going to want to fill out the list so you can just keep going down. Somebody says no, not a problem. We still will stay connected. And next you're on to the person. If you have just 3 people on your list and, 3 of them say, no, I don't think that's quite for me. Well, you're dead in the water. Whereas if you have a list of 10, 20, 30, 50, 100, it's not a problem because you can just keep going right down your list. And the last thing that I just wanted to mention is that have a plan for celebrating when you hit your goal. You can even have a plan for celebrating along the way when you hit a certain part of your goal. Having some kind of celebration gives you the reward, whether it's a dinner, whether it's whatever your special celebration is that you want to do. So Connie, over to you, and then I think we'll wrap this up. If we have any questions, we can answer those.
Absolutely. And one of the big celebrations, come to convention with us. Do this, come and celebrate with us. You will never, ever regret it. And really talk to your people that you're working with to come with you. The community is the biggest piece. Helen and I, when we started here this morning, we're talking about, oh my gosh, can't wait to hear what the next incentive trip is at convention, because we have so much fun. All of this you do right now is going to also lead you into having the structure in your business to make that next trip, right? It's already going to give you something to make that next incentive as well. So I hope we see you all there in our field advisory board. They did talk about they expect convention to be sold out within the next 1 to 2 weeks max.
Okay. Well, I don't know about you all, but this has been very powerful and inspiring of setting your intentions, putting it out there of what you want and how you're going to achieve it. And so let's see, do we have any other questions in the chat?
Questions in the chat, but I do want to thank you, Liz. These documents and everything that lives in the Live Younger success, is the work of Liz, Gregory, and Judy. And there's nothing like the tools they've created. If you have not spent time under there to look at what your tools are, spend some time to see those and look at your specific tools. Everything you need to succeed is in there. So Liz, thank you for doing this. When I saw what you had created, I trained that. Again, I used these documents when I went for my run last year, and they are incredibly, incredibly helpful. So thank you.
Well, thank you. Well, I think that's a day then, folks, and get your paper out and start deciding what your goals are and what you want to achieve. So we hope you have a great week, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thank you. Thank you, Liz.
Thank you.
Thanks, Connie. Thanks, Liz.
Both
Great training.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
Great job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Above
everyone.
board as usual. Hey, Michelle.
Bye.